Congratulations. What can I say? What a show. I mean, it's making history, breaking records, but it must be an honor to be a part of a show like this, isn't it?
Oh, it's such an absolute honor to be a part of it. It really is. Yeah, it's been quite like overwhelming in such a beautiful way, the response to the show. I feel so honored to be a part of it.
What have you done? Jamie Miller, I'm arresting you on suspicion of murder. You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defense if you do not mention one
Dad, I
question,
haven't done
something
anything!
which you later rely on in court.
Christine, did you know what is an incel? What is incel? Did you know before you read the script?
No, I didn't know. I'd never heard the word incel until Stephen sent me the scripts. And
Yeah,
then,
and I mean, we didn't hear it before, and I'm a mother of a 6-year-old. It scared me.
yeah, it's terrifying. It's
Tell me more about it. Like, what was your reaction when you heard about it?
when I first read the scripts and read the word incel and obviously our story, then I looked into it and I was absolutely horrified. I was horrified. I had no idea that this level of misogyny was going on in our world and that our children were exposed to that. It's absolutely horrifying.
Yeah, absolutely. You
And a
know,
scare.
yes,
That toxic masculinity.
yeah, yeah. And a 13-year-old and a 14-year-old who are just getting into puberty are experiencing something like this, and it is so scary.
It's terrifying. It is terrifying. And I think, these are children, they're vulnerable, for them to be radicalized like that is it's horrifying. And I think the success of the show and how people have felt about the show and the fact that it's opened up so many conversations, not just with mothers and fathers, with aunties, uncles, people who haven't got children, people who've got children, that it resonates with everyone, with
Yeah,
children, adults, because it's
yeah.
exposed to a level of what is happening out there and how dangerous it is.
And of course, we'll be talking about what the show was about and how it has resonated with people, especially parents of young kids. But at the same time, I cannot not talk about the way you're shot it. Everybody's talking about it. While I was watching the show, I was like, oh my God, how is this happening? Where is this camera like not stopping? It was amazing. It was an experience in itself as an audience. But tell me about you. Was it like performing in a play? Was it like that?
It is, yeah. It is like it's like shooting a play on camera,
Yeah, absolutely.
doing an hour episode within one take. But it is such a wonderful way to work. It's an absolute joy working that way, a heartbreaking joy to do with our storyline. But when you've got a director like Phil Barantini, who is just a beautiful soul and a brilliant director, we've got Matt, our DOP, who's on camera, and Lee, who's also on camera. And credit has to be given to our phenomenal crew, because to be able to shoot that way, it's not just about us as performers. We all have to have a synchronicity together. And we had the most amazing crew, but also shooting that way from a performance perspective. It's very freeing, and it keeps it very real, and you're in the moment. So it was an absolute gift to work that way. But I would be scared before they call take. Like your heart
Really?
beating, and I'd be like, okay. And then once they call action, we're off. And it's like we're all doing this dance. It's just a beautiful way to work.
Is it scary that if I make a mistake, then the whole thing goes back again.
Yeah, well, it is, and you try not. I mean, even if the littlest change happens, it's like just don't drop that ball, just keep going. And because we've got such an amazing crew as well, if we made like a slight, wrong move, it's not sort of, even though it mightn't have been what was meant on the day, even if we move slightly, the camera just moved with us. So we were actually allowed that freedom because we all worked together so well. We had that synchronicity and that rehearsal time as well. And if little things happen, we just sort of improvise around them. So yeah.
I remember that scene that Owen was talking about in an interview where he yawned, and
Yes.
it came naturally to him. Anything like that happened to you in any scene that you just improvised because it happened naturally?
Yeah, I mean, do you know what I loved about that scene? Can I just say is that when Owen yawned because he was tired, Erin, who is just the most magical actress, actually said to him, like she said something like, "I'm keeping you awake," or "I'm boring you."
Am I boring you?
I'm boring you, and it was just magic that. And for me, what happened? Do you know what? They weren't anything like sort of massive, like while we were shooting the episodes to me personally, but there was where we'd sort of improvise a little in the van scene when we're going when we're going to Wainwright's and we've got Aha, the song and the dance. And so what was so lovely about that is we were so free because of the way we shoot, and also because we've got the brilliant Jack Thorne as a writer, the brilliant Stephen Graham as a writer, who's also just wonderful to work with, as is Amelie and Owen and the whole cast. Is that we were, if someone said something different, we just improvise around that, and it just made it more realer.
Because you said about this, let me take my audience to the fact that Stephen and you are such close friends. You have been friends since you were kids, I guess.
We were kids.
And this improvising, when you know someone so close and you know in and out of that person, that becomes very comfortable because what you're doing is so real. Did that really help? That relationship in real life helped on real life?
Yes, it's so true what you're saying. Thank you. Yeah, me and Stephen, our mothers, we were both brought up in a place called Kirby in Liverpool, in Knowsley. And so me and Stephen met when we were really little because our mothers were best friends when we were growing up.
Oh.
Yes. So we've known each other. We've been friends for a long time, and I've also been friends with Stephen's wife Hannah. They've been together for a long time. Hannah's also in the show. She's a wonderful actress. She's in episode 2, and she's also an exec producer on it. So I've been friends with both of them for a long time, but Stephen since we were babies. But without a doubt, that lent itself to Manda and Eddie's relationship and feeling safe. Especially when we get to episode 4 and we've got the emotional scenes, and it's that knowingness and of one another. Yeah, it really lent itself. It was absolutely wonderful to work with Stephen because he raises you higher, I think, as an actor.
Absolutely. But Christine, thank you so much for talking to us. It was lovely having you on NDTV.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.